Hare Krishna. Recently, Ram Navami was celebrated. The birth of Lord Ram was celebrated with great joy, enthusiasm, and the devotional sentiments. Um, so, people read Ramayana during Ram Navami to remember all the beautiful pastimes of Lord Ram, who was the seventh incarnation of Vishnu, the seventh avatar of Vishnu. We have in the Ramayana that is written by the story of Lord Sri Ram, that who is regarded as the seventh incarnation of Lord Vishnu on the earth. We have in the Ramayana by Valmiki seven important chapters in this epic: the Balkand, the birth of Lord Ram and his Bal Leelas, then Ayodhya, how he in the Balkand, his Bal Leelas is important in the sense when he goes to Gurukul to learn the art of all this the whole art of what so all these different weapons, and as a prince he goes to the Gurukul and how he learns all everything from his guru, Valmiki, and how he assists the Vasishta and Valmiki, the two sages. So how he assists his guru and how he protects all the sages in that forest from the demons. In small age, he kills all the demons. So that is about Balkan. And apart, besides all his birth, and besides the birth and his Bal Leelas with all the queens, mothers in the palace of Dashrath. Then there is Ayodhya Kand, Aranya Kand, Kishkinda Kand, Sundar Kand, Yuddha Kand, and Uttar Kand. So each of these chapters is more beautiful than the other one. And here today, I will just quickly go over the uh, the most that pleases me, and I like to read the adventures, the exciting adventures of Lord Hanuman when he is assigned the task of finding Mother Sita, and how he travels all over through those uh, turbulent territories over, and he lands into Lanka to find Mother Sita. It gives detailed account of Hanuman's physical prowess and superior intelligence, and it all describes Hanuman's selflessness, strength, devotion to Lord Ram, and gives an account of Lord Hanuman's journey to Lanka. Now, in the Hanuman is in the Dasya Bhav. He chanted the name of Lord Ram and assumed a massive form to leap over the sea to reach Lanka. He fought and overpowered many demons like Surasa on the way to Lanka. However, no one could stop him from reaching Lanka through the sky route. When Hanuman reached Lanka, he finds the whereabouts of Mother Sita and finally finds her in Ashok Vatika. Hanuman pacifies Agni-stricken Sita. He learns that Ravan has threatened Sita and she was being tortured to marry Ravan. He offers to a signet ring as a sign of good faith to Mother Sita and assures that her beloved husband, Lord Ram, would soon arrive at Lanka to rescue her from the Ravan's captivity. He offers to carry Sita back to Ram. However, Sita refuses this offer, saying he would not allow anyone other than her husband to rescue her. She tells Hanuman that Ram himself must come to save her and avenge the insult of her abduction. So, in the Sundarkand, as you go through all this literature, of this epic, you get a beautiful account of how these devotees conduct themselves, even in the event of great distress and disturbance. They are in their senses. They don't lose their senses and they don't behave hayward. So all these qualities you can get to read from this Sundarkand. How Hanuman is, you know, uh, he is willing to serve Lord Ram, and then his anger when he reaches Lanka and his wit in dealing with those demons in Lanka. He creates havoc in Lanka by destroying demons and buildings. He kills many of Ravan's warriors. Finally, he allows himself to be captured and produced before Ravan. He has a dialogue with the demon king Ravan and lectures him to release Sita. Then, however, Ravan does not give any heed to his advice, and on the contrary, he gets very angry with Hanuman and orders his soldiers to set fire to Hanuman's tail. Hanuman escaped his bonds and jumped here and there in Lanka, putting Lanka's whole city ablaze. Finally, Hanuman makes a giant leap back from the island. He returns to Kishkinda to tell Lord Ram about the victorious news of finding Sita benefits the Sundarkand part. Many people do Sundarkand part and they enjoy and relish it a lot. And yes, it is very, very beautiful. But the Sundarkand part must be done not for uh, any material benefits as such. It one should what should praise be in one should be appreciating Lord Ram's servant, the Lord Hanuman, how he is serving Lord Ram. It is all about that, and one should not ask for any material benefits. It's a different story that Sundarkand part, it rids one's house of negative energy and evil presences, and it also helps to avert any disaster that is heading your way. But yes, the best part of this must be understood. The essence of this Sundarkand must be understood. Then you can relish the beauty of this chapter of the epic Ramayana. The side effects of reading the Sundarkand are many. The ill effects of all the bad influences of the cruel planets are nullified, and the fear of evil spirits vanishes. Those who read it with devotion. So don't ask for any material benefits. It must be read with great devotion. Sundarkand, it removes the afflictions, worries, and mental agony. It helps to enhance more hope and courage and confidence. It helps to confer prosperity, luck, health, and wealth to the chanters and listeners. So this part it inspires devotees and instills confidence in the minds of the readers, and it gives the above all, what does it offer? It offers you the blessings of the Bhakta, Lord Hanuman, and Bhagwan Shri Ram. We need the blessings of both the devotee and the Lord. So Sundarkand part, those who ever did it, they really enjoyed all the devotional sentiments. Ramnavami is over. Why am I reading this? The why am I reading it? I just want to read it to again relish it because I have read it even during Ramnavami. But I today again I remembered how this account of Lord Hanuman's entry into the kingdom of this demon Ravan and how he conducts himself there and how he uses his intelligence to kill each and every demon. He kills each and every demon there. No more, no gets no setback and nothing looking back. Just everyone he uproots and finally goes and attacks Ravan. And what he gives the news of Mother Sita's presence to Lord Ram. So now, the point is, why would Bhagwan need a person to assist him to find his wife? This is the general mistake people make when they read such epics. It is Lord Ram's wife. he is Bhagwan, then how come his wife is kidnapped by the demon? And the Lord is helpless and he needs assistance of a monkey, like means the monkey army and the Hanuman. So such mistakes one must not do while reading this. You have to understand it from the spiritual point of view. Lord Ram, uh, Lord Ram's wife, that is the transfer his own Shakti. It cannot, she cannot be stolen by any demon. So Mother Sita, that is, she is gone with Ravan. That is the illusory energy, and hence we must understand this in light, and not commit any offense by making such false stories that Bhagwan Shri Ram's wife is, how come she is kidnapped by the demon Ravan. So this is the pastime of the Lord, and we must take it as a pastime. And if you want to understand the spiritual significance, then you must strive to really understand what is this Ramayana all about. How much significant it is for a devotee who is wanting to be, so, wanting to serve the pure devotee of Lord, of the Supreme Lord, and that is Bhagwan Krishna. So, how is this important in that context? Of course, each devotee has his own deity. Somebody likes only Bhagwan Ram, someone likes only Krishna, someone likes Bhagwan Ram as well as Krishna, but we must understand every incarnation of the Lord is his Ansh. So, a devotee who is a devotee of Krishna will like all of his Ansh Leelas. It's a different story that he'll be devoted only to one, but he will appreciate each and every Leela of Bhagwan incarnation in light of serving Lord, his own beloved Lord, Supreme Lord. So we must understand it like this. And here, Mother Sita, that's the illusory energy that is kidnapped by the demon Ravan, and it signifies the illusory energy, means it is signifying the soul that is entrapped by the demoniac influences, and who frees that entrapped soul from all these demoniac influences. Lord Ram's devotees help Lord Ram find such all the souls and bring them back to the lotus feet of the Lord. So we must understand it in this way and not much deeper, but this is enough to understand. And that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he comes, he first kills Ravan, and otherwise his leelas don't begin. So this is so important in context of those, for those devotees who are worshippers or who are the servitors of Lord Gaurang, Nitai Gaur, or for that matter. So whenever Nitai Gaurang, Nitai Gaur, Gaur Nitai, whatever, their first job is to free the souls from all these such demons. And Ravan is the first who is removed from the path for the souls who are desiring to serve Shri Gaur Nitai. So this Ramayana Ram Navami was very important in understanding this context. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.